Hey, this is Timmara signing on with Alone Studio. Okay, so I've been meaning to get to this. I've just been so damn busy. But okay, an indie game on Gamejolt by, and I hope I got their name right, Carlos Yadiel Studio? Carlos Yadiel, Yadiel, either way. But yeah, Carlos Yadiel Studios, and yeah, they got their game Alone Studios, which is a heavily inspired, like, FNAF fan game. I'm stumbling through it. It's been a rough day. But, so, why am I playing this? Because I voice the phone guy. I just found them on, CCC, applied for whatever project I could, and then got in as, like, the phone guy for this game. So I figured, due diligence, check it out. Oh, sorry. Check it out. Thank you to Carlos, and, hold on, wait. In the options, in the credits. Yeah. It's like me and Matt Patton voicing various characters. I voiced Jack the phone guy. I got my Tim for VO, icon. By CYS Studios and Doodoo Games. I know nothing about these people outside of this, so I'm trying to give them credit where credit is due. Intro cutscene, final cutscene by SYS and Cebu. So it's like a two-person development team that I know of. And just sort of like, yeah, I recorded lines for this little game. So I'm here to check it out, because on CYS's Gamejolt page, they got like a bunch of different like variations on like FNAF fan games. Honestly, I'm not sure what the continuity is because this is Alone Studio, but on their Gamejolt, they have pages for Alone Studio 2 and 3, and then a Benny and the Ink Machine, like, pastiche. So, with that being said, yeah, we'll get into it. So, like, clearly based on just, like, talking with the dev, like, getting lines out, and just, like, how this looks, I can tell these people, like, were big FNAF fans, which I sympathize with. Because I was also, like, really into Five Nights at Freddy's, kind of up until, like, some stuff came out about Scott Cawthon, but neither here nor there. That's just me. But, still, like, and, I can tell the sincerity in this being just, like, this sound, like, the sound effects we got here are, like, I'm pretty sure are basically all pulled from FNAF itself. So it's just sort of like, you got, like, that static, that music, some sound effects. It's all so reminiscent, but so sincere. But anyways, I tried starting this up, but biggest thing is, this might not be a long video. I might not play too much, because I am such a scaredy cat with this type of horror game. Like, I could never play FNAF, as big as a fan as I was. So I don't know how I'm going to fare with this any better. So, we will try, I will try, but new game. CYS Storage Studio. Storage staff looking for security guard to work the 12 to 8 a.m. to 6 a.m. Monitor cameras, ensure safety or equipment, and storage mascot characters. CYS not responsible for injuries made by any lawyer. $12.55 a week. So by that minimum wage, we can now know that this takes place during this year. There was an intro cutscene when you first start up the game. I might edit that in, because I can find the video file in this thing.
You have one new message.
Hello? Hey, this is a recorded message for you, starting on your first night. And one more thing about your gas mask. Make sure you wear it at all times. We don't want you ending up like some of our previous employees. Otherwise, well, you might not make it. But anyway, welcome to CYS Storage Studio, or as I like to call it, Lockdown Studios. The name has changed over the years after the place was redesigned. Well, there might be a bit of a problem. You see that mascot over there? He likes to wander around the building. He won't make eye contact with you, but he'll always try to find a way into your office. Luckily, there's a solution. Your gas mask. If you see him outside your office, put the gas mask on right away. After a little while, he'll lose interest and walk away. Just remember, he can always come back later. I'm not going to explain everything about this details for place tonight. I'm not going to be discussing long phone calls over the first night. That would be crazy. But anyway, have a great night. I'll talk to you tomorrow with a few more details to come.
Okay. So yeah, just letting me talk because yeah, that's me. Just voicing as Jack the phone guy, and I'm so like already freaked out. Again, this might not be long. This might be my only attempt. But you know, FNAF, check the cameras. They got a simple layout right now where it's just like, okay, they come close, put the gas mask on. I know those two to keep track of. Okay. Yeah, and that's me voicing the phone guy, which is very fun, like being in a FNAF thing and voicing the phone guy of all characters. Just all casual, trying to be friendly, trying to be energetic and a little awkward. I go, it's the first night. I don't know if they have anything planned or... Yeah, again, I'm not used to FNAF, so I don't know. He moved. Hey, buddy! Because we gotta, like, I guess there's, like, toxic gas flowing into this place. Like, admittedly, I'll say, just, like, you know, my audio sounds a bit quiet. Whoop. And, you know, we just kind of, like, get right into it. Those eyes, like, peering through that mascot face, like... It's certainly creepy. It's like FNAF mixed with, like, bendy. Whoop. So again, I do not know what to expect. I'm just trying to be, like, good to the devs for giving me a role, even if it's minor. And, you know, play the game. But this is not my kind of horror game. Like, I am so squeamish and jittery with games like this. Again, as big as a FNAF fan as I was, I could never actually play the games. I did play Pizzeria Simulator on my channel a long time ago, but that was very different because I could play it in such a way where I never had to mess with the cameras. Because I don't know what characters are moving. Oh, God. And it is creepy. Like, again, those eyes peering through that blackness in the face is just like, ugh. It is effective. Not gonna lie. But, okay. Yeah, because, again, I'm trying to be fair, I'm trying to be gracious, but I will have, like, my criticisms because, like, I think maybe the tutorializing is a little, quiet. A little quiet, have not really articulated, like, really what's going on. It just kind of segues into, again, I was just given what I was, you know, I'm not picking on the devs, trust me, I'm sure just, like, small team, they're just doing this for fun and just, like, experimenting. It's just what I'm observing. Whoop, come on. Come on. Okay. Because, yeah, tutorializing is very quiet. You know, not even sure, like, really why we're here. But there is, like, a thing in, like, the opening cutscene where it's just sort of like, oh, Michael, that is still your name, right? So it's just like, we certainly, you know, again, Michael, reference to Michael Afton of FNAF 1. Like, that's kind of what they're doing here. I'm sure... Okay. So it's just sort of like, you know, it's like, hey, why don't you come by, help out here, you know, it'll be great. And so they're like, there must be something going on. Something tells me that there is lore to find. And there is like a behind the scenes page in the options menu, or in the extras and everything. So, I'm sure there's stuff hidden. But anyway, sorry. Because, like, I think I'm a little quiet. It's hard to hear, but there were, like, a weird, like, run-on sentences in, like, the... I just worried he was right there. Where did he go? I don't see him at all. Oh, is that a shadow? Yeah, like, where are we? We're in by camera 1, right? I didn't realize I took off my mask, so I freaked out. Okay. Night 1, and I do not want to play anymore. I'm so tense. Okay, we go, well, right into it, obviously. Okay.
You have 1 new message.
Hello?
Is there
It's
something
me,
there?
Jack again. Night 2. Wow. I never expected you to survive this long. Well, like I said, things are starting to get interesting. Anyway, something happened during the day shift. We found a doll outside the building, near the loading trucks. We brought it inside and left it in the back room. One of the employees claimed that the doll might actually be alive somehow. Just to be safe, make sure you keep wearing the gas mask whenever you need to. If that thing really is alive, it might try to kill you for no reason. I also found a few more details about Lockdown Studios. Apparently this place was originally built sometime in the 80s. Even though the building is pretty old, it was eventually bought by Mr. Carlos. You might be wondering who that guy is. Well, he's not really anyone important. Well, at least that's what most people think. I do have a few details about him, though. He and his business partner Gordon bought a friendly diner that eventually grew into a full restaurant. But unfortunately, Carlos died inside a mascot suit. It's strange. I know. I'm not trying to scare you or anything. It's just interesting to learn about the history of this place. Sorry, but I'm not going to go into any more detail tonight. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, now 2 of them are moving. Yeah, is that the doll, like the pink one, even though it was there the other day? Looks like there's something there, and I don't want to stare at it for too long. Right, the cameras get fuzzier if we're like filling it with toxic. I wonder what happens if that fills up. We might have to mess with that. We just have to die on purpose. Sorry, I'm so tense. But yeah, no. So it's like, okay, but we're establishing stuff. It's like someone known as Carlos, like, Carlos and Gordon opened this up back in the 80s. You know, again, very FNAF. And, you know, Carlos, you know, name of one of the devs, so interesting stuff there. Feels very meta, kind of like you know, not sister location. Sorry, help wanted FNAF. But yeah, just apparently the owner died after opening this place up, and now the employees are finding like creepy things that go along into the building, and they're stalking us very FNAF-like. I don't know if there's a pattern or there's something I'm missing or if it's just all build-up or if it is like a little more random. I don't know. I don't know how much I can take. I hear things that I'm not a fan of. I hear noises, but I don't want to turn my volume up because I don't want to hear their screaming in my ears. I think that's his shadow there, which is so freaky. And I'm leaning far back. Again, I just was never good at handling FNAF horror. I just can't. Put it down. So again, this wasn't going to be... Keep it on. Again, and maybe it's really simple... And, you know, maybe it's really simple and there's, like, it's not like we gotta close doors when they get close. We just gotta, like, watch them, put on the mask when they get anywhere. Okay, he's back in position. She's getting closer. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to, like, articulate, like, not complaints, but just, like, genuine, like, critique. Just sort of, like, here's just something I've observed, like, in the very brief time I've been playing this. Just, like, I think my tutorializing dialogue is a little bit quiet. I know you gotta make room for everything, but it just seems a bit quiet. You know, a little more articulation about just, like, what the real mechanics or goals are. Just sort of, like, you know, okay. Because we go, my lines go, like, right into it. Of just sort of like, okay, here's what you need to know about the gas mask. Just like, well, why do we need the gas mask? Or, like, what's the importance of it? It's just tutorialization and mechanical explanations. And just trying to get a rundown on, like, what it all means. Sorry. I saw her little pink head over there. I don't know if that was good timing on my part, or if it was just, like, scripted at that point. Okay, she went back to position. He's standing there. I think we're in the clear for night 6? Or yeah, for the second night? Sorry. Sorry, so yeah, just, like, audio could be a little bit louder, like, dialogue could be a little bit louder. Oops. Maybe. That angle is particularly upsetting. Okay. Whew, what else? Sorry. I'm trying to think, because I don't know how much more I can handle. Because also I don't want to give the whole game away, but, like, God... Sorry, I'm so tense.
You have 1 new message.
Hello? Hello? Oh, hey! Sorry to interrupt you with this phone call. Anyway, I'm Alan, an employee at the CNA Corporation. Have you seen any entities tonight? I wanted to make sure that you keep an eye out for a strange television covered in black ink that moves around the building. You should watch for them whenever you can. Not all the time, but just check your surroundings regularly. Sometimes he'll wander into your office and suddenly appear right in front of you. Now if that happens, just flip through your camera 2 times. After that, he'll just disappear and return to his original location. As you probably know, this is a major corporation, and we're conducting a few experiments here. If you're listening to this recorded message, then there's a really good chance that you won't hear from us again. That's just part of the job, I guess. Alright, that's all I had for you. Have a good night, Mr. Michael.
Okay. Oh. So that's the TV we were talking about. And they say, like, flip through the camera twice to Is it, like, flickering it like this? Okay. So, yeah, there are new mechanics, and even, like, they had me, like, record new lines when they changed up mechanics for a later night. Where are they? Don't see a shadow. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to focus, but it's just like, again, I do not handle this horror well. But I suppose I will say, just like another thing, I don't know, like, again, I don't know game devs or anything, but like I put this game into full screen and I've got a 2-monitor setup, but whenever I put this into full screen, it forces itself into like my primary monitor, even though I'm trying to put it on my second. And so I'm recording this right now through OBS with my, hold on. Sorry, I'm recording this with OBS, but I'm recording it in such a way where it's like I'm recording like screen grab rather than like monitor or application. I'm recording the application, not my monitor, if you will. And so like but for some reason like the game is not fitting the aspect ratio right. So I hope it's all fitting correctly. I hear mumbling and something, like I can't make out the dialogue, whatever it is they're actually saying, and I do not want to increase my volume because they inevitably jump scare me. Where's TV screen? He's back in position, but where did the other one go? Okay, I don't know if that was the pink one. This way? Okay. I think I misunderstood. I think I needed to like flip through my camera when he was approaching. If he comes into your office, flip the monitor twice and he will leave. Okay, I misunderstood. But okay. I'm trying to... Oh, that's the gas mask. Is that like our body? Okay. Okay. I kind of felt like something was wrong, but like, okay, so, you know, FNAF jump scare gets in your face. I'm curious what the behind-the-scenes stuff is, but I'm sure you gotta, like, beat the game for that. Cutscenes. Again, I'll have to edit in the first initial cutscene. So, yeah, the other phone guy being Alan, voiced by Matt. Maybe I've seen them on Twitter. I'm trying to think. They seem familiar. But, okay. So I misunderstood like the direction, but okay. Out of curiosity, let's just see what happens. What if we Okay, again, I thought this was gonna be a short one, just because it's just like, yeah, I don't want to. I'm sure like you could probably beat this whole thing in pretty quickly, but again, just showing my support. I'm too tense to keep this up, so I'm probably gonna call it. But what happens if we let the toxic
New message.
max out?
Hello? Hello? Oh, hey! Sorry to interrupt you with this phone call. Anyway, I'm Alan, an employee at the CNA Corporation. Have you seen any entities tonight? I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, it's like the Nick Jr. or like a Nickelodeon like logo screen.
that moves around the building. You should watch for them whenever you can.
Okay. I was curious, so yeah, the toxic picks up, and so yeah, you don't take your gas mask. You inhale the poison gas. Use the gas mask to avoid suffocation. Toxic gas spread across the office. And I wonder why that's happening, or maybe that's something that's explained later. But okay. Sorry, as much as I don't chicken out like this, but it's just like, you know what? I'm good. Like, I'm so freaking tense. I feel it in my chest. It hurts. I am just so susceptible to like the FNAF style of horror that it's just like I am weak to it. But from what I understand, there's like a two new characters that show up on night 4. I don't know where night 5 ends. Well, let's just say, like, yeah, I don't know where night 5 ends, but it seems like it very short, succinct, but again, very sincere to like the FNAF style, and that I respect. Again, I don't want to sound just sort of like nitpicky. I'm just sort of like, no, it's just stuff I observed. Just like, I think the phone guy's dialogue could be a little bit louder for the sake of tutorialization. Just let us hear our voices a little bit more just to help, like, guide us. Maybe a little more explanation on where things are at, unless like that is part of the mystery, so it can vary. Just like, not necessarily like why we're here, but just like more explanation rather than just going right into it. Yeah. I don't know. I tried putting this on full screen and I had nothing but issues, and it just was not like working on my OBS. So I went to, recording via, or like window capture rather than display capture. And it doesn't fit properly. So there might be a black bar at the very bottom of this that I could not edit out. So I don't know. That's just weird. That just feels like, because it says press F to, when you start at press F to put into full screen. F12 doesn't work, and F only goes into full screen on startup. So I don't know, maybe that could be tweaked a little bit, but yeah. But again, I do not mean to nitpick. That's just where I'm at, of just sort of like, it's like, hey, I might be biased to a thing, but I'm still going to be honest. And there are just things that's just sort of like, like maybe that could be a little bit different. Maybe something could be tweaked. I don't know how aggressive those things really are. But seems fine. I am curious. Custom night should be self-explanatory. I'm kind of curious what behind the scenes will entail, and cutscenes I think is just like the opening and final cutscene, because you can just find that in the game files, but I'll just leave that alone. So yeah, again, I do sincerely appreciate, thank you to CYS and Doodoo Studio for giving me the shot. Like, it is kind of like, as a FNAF fan, it is kind of a surreal experience to be the phone guy, like in a FNAF like thing, like fan game or otherwise. So like, that's interesting. But, and based on just sort of like what I've seen on their what I've seen on their Gamejolt and their trailers and everything, there is probably something going on underneath the surface, like they talk about just like, oh yeah, like a guy named Carlos used to own this place. And it's just sort of like, well, he's not important. That's what they tell you. It's like, what is that implying? And, between their other games, which are like also like, homages like Benny and the Ink Machine and other FNAF like games and even different art styles. Like, even this guy kind of reminds me of just like I just had a realization, like, this is what Bendy would look like if he was human. And it's very upsetting. But, it's like, you can definitely see, like, the fingerprints of people who sincerely love kind of like this, like, not analog horror, but, you know, just sort of like the YouTube, like, horror of, like, the 2014s onward. And it's just sort of like a sincere, like, recreation of it, even in terms of just, like, how, like, information is presented and, like, how mechanics are doled out. Even, like, mimetic things of just sort of, like, you know, how trailers and information is released on their channels and everything is very Scott Cawthon as well. So it's just like, again, there's a sincere, you know, appreciation for that stuff, which I see and I do sincerely appreciate. But again, as much as I loved FNAF, I was never good at the games, and it's just sort of like, yeah, one jump scare is enough. I am lucky I didn't scream. That's probably what you wanted. You can dive into it and find out for yourself and make your own video. But no animosity. So again, thank you to CYS Studio for reaching out and letting me voice Jack. Check out Alone Studio on Gamejolt. I'll put the link into the description. Sorry, I'll put the links into the description. Shout out to the devs. And yeah, Phone Guy signing out. We'll see you tomorrow night. So with that all being said, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe and all that. This is Timmara signing off. And thank you for watching me play Alone Studio.